All right, Anika, what is the seventh term of this sequence?
Would it be 31?
And how did you find it?
So the difference is between the numbers is 3, and then what I figured out was the
Wait.
formula.
Difference is 3.
Oh, sorry, I meant 4.
Okay, so what is the formula?
So the formula would be
A7 would be
it would be then it would be A times 4 plus 3.
not sure you understood the formula. Did you read the first part?
Wait, sorry, n times 4 plus 3, right?
This was the formula. An is what? What does it say?
And
An is,
equals to A1 plus
so what is A1 in this case?
the first number, so 7.
7. And N is what? N is 7, right?
Yeah.
So 7 minus 1, and the common difference is
4.
4. Do you understand how to use this?
Yeah, I guess I was just doing it in a different way because I learned a different way like a while ago.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know that you learned from me or not. I generally do not use the formula. But now that you're in 7th grade, 8th grade, you need to use this formula so that you can do the complicated ones. That's the whole purpose. And
Oh,
complicated
okay.
ones, you should be able to do a lot faster. All right,
Okay.
Aiden, number B.
For B, what I did was UN equals U1 plus N minus 1 times D is the formula, and then I substituted, so I did U23 equals, I think instead of A, I just used U, because in the
That's fine.
IPHL thing, that's what they did.
Yes.
But I did U23 equals negative 7 plus, in parentheses, 23 minus 1, close parentheses, times 2. And when I calculated that, I found it to be 37.
So this is 22, 44, which is 36. Okay. Number C, question.
So for this one, in my formula, A1 is 18, N is 6, and D is negative 7. So AN equals 18 plus 5 times negative 7, or 18 minus 35, and I got negative 17.
Okay, Samantha, number D.
So the D is 1/2. So what I did was A16 equals 3 as the first one, plus 15, so 16 minus 1, and multiplied by 1/2. And then I just changed the 3 into 6 divided by 2, so then it would be halves, so it would be easier to add. And then I
Okay.
had 21 halves. Is my answer.
Or you can say 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is using the sum formula. Anika, number 1.
So I feel like I might have done this wrong, so I wanted to ask you a question about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you know the formula? Do you remember?
So the formula would it be AN equals A1 plus.
That's the term formula. It's asking for sum.
Okay.
You see this?
Yeah.
You have to use this formula for the sum. Okay, first, tell me, what is the 16th term?
So would it be it would be 16 divided by 2, and then 4 plus.
No, you're not following. I'm asking what is the 16th term? Then we'll do the addition.
Oh, okay. So then it would be 4.
What is A 16? 4 plus
Would it be 4 minus 1?
4 minus 1? What is n? What is the n? Is it not S16?
Oh, okay. I think this is where I was getting confused.
Isn't it this?
Yeah.
And
And
what is
then
it going
difference
up by?
7.
So that means this would be 4 plus 15 times 7. Do you know what is 15 times 7 is?
Would it be 105?
So the 16th term is 109. Correct?
Yeah.
Now use this formula. Do you understand this formula?
Could you re-explain it?
Sn. I'm trying to find out S of 16 terms. So what is n?
4.
No, you're still not understanding.
Oh, so then would it be
This
16?
16. So it's 16 over 2. What is the first term?
Okay, 4.
And what is the last term?
109.
109. That's your answer. Which is 8 times 113, which is 24, 2, 8, 10, 1, 9, 4. Tell me which part you don't understand.
I get it now. I think I was just confusing myself with the N and the A1.
Do you understand the steps? First we found A1 and then use the A1 and found the sum.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Aiden, number B.
For B, what I did was, let me see. Sn equals n over 2 times 2 times u1 plus, in parentheses, n minus 1 times d. That was the formula I used. I substituted and I got the sum of the first 10 terms equals 5, which is just 10 over 2. So 5 times, in parentheses, 2 times 19, which is the first term, times, in parentheses, 10 minus 1, which is the n minus 1, times negative 6, which is the difference. And after doing the calculations, I got negative 2052.
So I'm going to first find A10. So 19 plus 10 minus 1 times negative 6, which is 19. And this would be 9, so 54. Correct?
Yeah, one way I did it was instead of doing n over 2 times u1 plus un, I substituted the un in that equation for the normal equation for un. So basically, you know how it's n over 2 times u1 plus un?
Yep.
You can substitute un as, because we know un equals u1 plus n minus 1 times d. You can substitute it as u1 plus n minus 1 times d, and then when you simplify it, the new summations equation becomes Sn equals n over 2 times 2u1 plus n minus 1 times d, and that way you don't need to find the term first.
So what was your
most
answer?
of the time. I got negative 2052. I'm not sure if that's right, but
That's not good. So you
that's
made
not
a
right.
mistake. No, you made a mistake somewhere. I don't know
Yeah,
where.
maybe. Yeah, I
Do
think
you
so.
do you see my A10, 10th term?
Yeah.
So 10th term would be 19 plus 10 minus 1 times negative 6, which is negative 54, which would be 5, negative 35. Then I used the first term minus or plus the A10, and then times 10 over 2, which is 5, and this would be minus 16, which is minus 18.
Yeah, that makes sense. I must have done something wrong then.
So what you did is n over 2, a1, and if you plug the value of an, which will be n minus 1 times d, correct?
Yeah.
So that means this will be 2a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Did you use this formula?
Yeah.
So it should have worked. So let's see, n is
Yeah.
10 over 2, 2a1, which is 38,
Yeah.
plus this is n is 10, so 9, and d is minus 6, correct?
Yeah.
So 5,
Oh, I found out what I did wrong. I forgot the plus sign in between the 38 and the 9, and I multiplied them together on accident because I forgot the. Okay, I see.
and
Yeah,
this
that's
would
why I
be,
got such a.
so this would be negative 16, which would be negative 18.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know how I forgot that plus sign.
All right, so the number C, portion.
So the common difference is 5.5 or 5.5. So to solve for a of n or a of 20, I did 3 plus 20 minus 1, which is 19, times 5.5, which is 107.5. And then to find the s of n or s of 20, I did 20 over 2, which is 10, times 3 plus a of n, which was 107.5. So I got s of 20 equals 1,105.
1105. All right, Samantha.
So for D, we already have the N and then the A. So what I did was the D is 8. So what I did was to solve for the 8th one, I did A of 8 equals negative 9 plus 7 or 8 minus 1
Mhm.
times 8.
So you found the A8, or, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So plus
And that's minus
8.
1 times 8. And then, yeah,
7
plus
times 8 is
56.
56.
6, and that's 47. So then I did S of 8 equals 8 divided by 2 times 47 minus 9, and then that's S of 8 is 4 times 38. And then that's 152.
The next 4 questions, a little bit different. Nika, did you do this question?
Yeah, I think I get it now. So first you would have to find out how many terms there are.
Perfect. Yep.
So
So how do I do that?
Well, the difference is 4. And this is one of the problems that I did it in my old way, and then I combined the formula with it.
Okay.
So for the first one, it would be 1 times 4 plus 1, and then the second one 2 times 4 plus 1, third one 3 times 4 plus 1. And then for 101, it would be 101 equals x times 4 plus 1. Then I subtracted 1 on each side, and then I divided 4. So 100 divided by 4 would be 25. So there's 25 terms.
Okay.
And then the formula would be s and then 25 equals 25 divided by 2 times 5 plus 101, which
Yep.
would be 12.5 times 106, which is 1,325.
Very good. I will just show you how to find the number of terms. Remember, an is a1 plus n minus 1 times d, correct?
Yeah.
In this case, is 101. This is 5. This is n minus 1, and d is 4. If you subtract 5, this would be 96. Is n minus 1 times 4. So n minus 1 is 24. N is 25. This is how we do it with the formula.
Okay.
So 25 over 2, 5 plus 101. And I think the rest of the calculation is correct. What was your sum, you said?
1,325.
All right. Aiden, number of.
For F, what I did was 83, 80. Okay, so I had the summations equation, which was, oh wait, no, first I think I tried to find out what the term was. And so I did 5 equals 83 because I substituted un for 5 since we don't really know what the n is. So I did 5 equals 83 plus, in parentheses, n minus 1, and then times negative 3, which is the difference. And I got, basically I subtracted both sides from, I subtracted 83 from both sides to simplify the equation, and I got negative 78 equals negative 3n plus 3. Then I subtracted the 3 from both sides, and I got negative 81 equals negative 3n. Then I divided both sides by negative 3, and I got n equals 27. Then from there, now that we know that the last term is the 27th term, I used the summations equation, and I got s 27 equals 27 over 2 times, and then u1 plus un, which is just 83 plus 5. So in the end, it was 13.5 times 88, and when I did that, I got 1,188.
Basically 27 times 44.
Yeah.
Anika, are you able to follow? Do you have any question?
Yeah, I get it.
Kaushal, number G.
So I first did substituted a of n for 33. So 33 equals negative 17 plus n minus 1 times 5, because 5 is the common difference. So 50 equals n minus 1 times 5, or 10 equals n minus 1. So n equals 9. So there's 9 terms total. So,
So n minus 1 is 10, n is 9.
oh, right. I made a silly mistake. So,
11. Go ahead.
yeah, 11. So then S of 11 equals 11 over 2 times negative 17 times 33,
You mean plus
which
30.
is
You mean plus 33.
plus 33. So that's 16. So 11 over 2 times 16, which is 88.
Samantha, number H.
So First thing I did was I solved for the n. So 9 3/4 equals 1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 1/4. And then I subtracted the 1, so it's 8 3/4 is n minus 1 multiplied by 1/4, and I multiplied both sides by 4. And then I got 35 equals n minus 1. And then I added the 1, so 36 equals n. Then I did the s of n, so s of 36 equals 36 divided by 2, multiplied by 1 plus 9 3/4, which is 18 times 10 3/4, which is 193 and a half.
Okay. So now the questions are word question. So hopefully everybody understand the formula. Anybody still confused? Needs any explanation? No? Okay. Anika, fill up these gaps of this arithmetic sequence.
So would it be, the next one would be negative 0.5, and then the next one would be 2, and then the next one would be 4.5, and then 7, and then
So
9.5.
how did you find it?
So first, I found out that the difference.
What do you mean difference? So how do you find the difference?
So there's so first I
many
found the
terms?
total difference between 12 and -3, which would be 15.
Let's use the formula. How many terms are there?
7.
7. So that means A7, which is 12, should be equal to -3 plus 12 minus 1 times D, correct?
Yeah.
Move the 3, which is 15, equal to 11 times D, correct?
Yeah.
So D would be what?
2.5.
2.5?
Oh, wait.
No, wait, I looked for something wrong. This is 6. Sorry, 7, not 6. So this is 6. The D is 15/6, which is 2.5. So now that you know the D, now you can write the terms, right?
Yeah.
So next one would be,
Negative 0.5.
next one,
2.
next one,
4.5.
next one,
7.
next,
9.5.
and then finally 12.
Yeah.
Do you see how to do it with the formula?
Yeah.
Very good. Aiden, number 5.
For number 5, what I did was, we know that U10 equals 17 and U17 equals 30. U17 minus U10 is the same thing as U10 plus 7 times D, which was 7 times the difference between the two. And using that formula, U10 plus 7D equals 30. We can substitute U10 as 17, so 17 plus 7D equals 30. 7 times D, by the way. And then I subtracted 17 from both sides, and I got 7 times D equals 13. And then I got D equals 13/7.
13/7?
Yeah.
No, that's not correct. 10th term is 17, 14th term is 30. So how much difference are there from 10th to 14th? Isn't it 4 terms?
Oh, wait. Okay, I read it wrong. I did U10 and then U17 instead of U10 and U14. I said 17 was okay. That's my mistake. So then it would just be 4D, U10 plus 4D equals U14, and then you substitute it and you would get 17 plus 4D equals 30, and then
Yep.
when you subtract it, it would be 40 equals 13, and then you divide by 4, and then you should get d equals 13 over 4,
So this
which
is
is
the
the same
equation.
thing as 3.25, I think.
So 10th term is 17. That's how I will write it. And then 14th term is 30. So I will write 30. And this would be 13d. When you subtract, you get this. And
Yeah,
that will
that
give
makes
you d.
sense. Yeah.
Right. Question number 6.
So I did the same thing basically. So I did 13 minus 7, which is 6, and then 94 minus 54, which is 40. So the difference is just 40 over 6 or 20 thirds.
That's it. And again, if you don't understand that, it comes from here. Okay, next one, number 7, Samantha. Samantha, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So what I did was I tried to find the number of terms because we know the first
Okay.
one and the last one.
Okay.
So I did 1 as the last one equals 85 plus n minus 1 times 3.
Wait,
And then
common difference is 3.
oh, sorry, negative 3,
It's not negative 3.
right? Oh, shoot,
What is
I did
that?
that math wrong.
Isn't it negative 7?
That's negative 7. I don't. Oh no, I looked at my work wrong. I thought that looked like a 3. And that's 84 n minus 1 times negative 7. And then you divide it by 7, which is
Oops,
12. Yeah, I was confused. And then you add the 1, which is 13. So then you do 20. So 13 s of 13 equals 13 divided by 2 times 85 plus 1, which is 559. Sorry, I looked at my work wrong.
That's okay. Anika, word question, arithmetic sequence.
So it says that there is 32 rows of seats and then 26 seats in the first row, 30 in the second, and 34 in the third, and so on. And they're asking like the sum of all seats. I mean, not the sum, how many seats there are in total. So basically the first term would be 26. Yeah. And then the 32nd term. So we have to find out what the 32nd term is. So it would be, the difference is 4. So it would be 8 and then 32 equals 26 plus 32 minus 1 times 4, which would be 26 plus 124, because yeah, which is 150.
Yep.
And then now you have to do the sum. So it would be S32 equals 32 divided by 2, and then in parentheses 26 plus 150, which would be 16 times 176, which is 2,816.
That's it. You got it. Number 9, Eden.
For number 9, what I did was, okay, so there are 20 terms. We know that in total. U1 equals 25, U2 equals 27, and U3 equals 29. Since I know that the difference between all of these is 2, we know that D equals 2. And using this information, we can find the 20th term in order to find the sum of the total number of seats. So U20 equals 25, which is the first term, plus, in parentheses, 20 minus 1 times 2, which is the difference. And calculating that, I got U20 equals 63. And after that, I plugged it into the summations formula. S20 equals 20 divided by 2, which is the total number of terms, times 25 plus 63, or UN plus UN. And when I solved that out, I got 10 outside the parentheses times inside the parentheses, which is 88, and that is 880. And after this, I just multiplied that by 32 because each seat is $32, and I got $28,160.
28,600, 120.
28,160.
160. Number 10. Ocean.
Okay, so I am not sure if I did this one right, but I can try it. So the S of n is 961. So I did like the sum formula. So, but I substituted things in. So 961 equals n over 2 times 1 plus 961. And then I just solved for
Wait, wait,
n.
wait. 1 plus 961? Isn't this the last term?
Oh, right. Yeah. Then I don't know how to do it.
961 is the sum.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else tried this?
Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
What did you do?
So basically what I did was I substituted SN for 961.
Mhm.
And then what I did was, this is 10, right? Wait, let me flip my
Yep.
paper. So yeah, 961 equals n over 2 times u1 plus un. And what I did was I used the equation from earlier, which was 2u1 plus n minus 1 times d to help me a little bit. And what I got from that was I basically substituted the difference in the first term. So it would be 2 times 1, because 1 is the first term, plus n minus 1 times 2, which is the difference. And we actually have to distribute a little bit the 2 into the n minus 1. And when you do that, you should get 961 equals n divided by 2 times 2 plus 2n minus 2. And then after this, after getting n divided by 2 times 2 plus 2n minus 2, I found that the two 2's cancel out, and you're just left with 961 equals n over 2 times 2n. And I multiplied the fractions together, n over 2 times 2n, and I got 2n squared over 2, which is just the same thing as n squared because the 2's cancel out. And I was left with 961 equals n squared, and I squared it both sides, and I got n equals 31.
Ocean, do you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
So the trick was to replace this with this so that you can solve for n. Similar question. Samantha, did you do 11?
Yep, I did this one.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I started off by like substituting it into like the thing. So it's 600 equals n divided by 2, and then 2 times an. And then I went back and
2
an,
plus 2n minus 1 times d,
yep,
which
2n
is
minus
2.
1 minus 2, which would make it just 2n. Like if you multiply it.
2, 2
So
plus 2 plus 2n minus 2.
Yep, so it's just 2n plus 2.
2n plus 2. And we can take one of the 2 out.
Yep, and then
And
so it's just
answer is
times n times 1 plus n, yeah. And then it's, what I did is I turned it into a quadratic. So
Yeah.
it's 0 equals n squared plus n minus 600. And then if you do that, you can do n plus 25 and then n minus 24, which would make the answers n equals negative 25, which wouldn't work, and 24. So the answer is 24.
Anika, do you understand those 2 questions?
Yeah, I got it, I think.
Okay, do you want to try number 1 on the second set? Anika.
So in the beginning, I think I didn't do this one because I got confused, but I think I could do it now.
Okay.
So it says, after knee surgery, your trainer tells you to return to your jogging program slowly. He suggests jogging for 12 minutes, for each day for the first week. Each week, thereafter, he suggests that you increase your time by 6 minutes. And then it's trying to figure out how much it is, like how many weeks until 60. So the difference between these numbers would be 6. And would you use the AN equals
Yeah.
A? Okay, so then you would put it in like that.
Do you get it?
Yeah, and then you would subtract 12 on each side, so it would become 48 equals n minus 1 times 6, and then you would divide 6 on each side, so then n equals 9. So that means 9 weeks.
Are you getting the point? How to use the formula to
Yeah, I
solve
get
this question? It's good that you know other way to solve. Now you know different way to solve. All right, Aiden.
For this one, number 2, what I did was I said U1 equals 240 since that's week 1, U2 equals 350 since that's week 2, and U3 equals 460 because that's week 3. And between all of those terms, the difference is 110 because it goes up by that amount. And first, it's asking us to find U5, and so I did U5 equals 240 plus 5 minus 1 times 110. And when I solved that out, I got U5 equals 240 plus 440, and therefore, in 5 weeks, you will get $680.
So that's the 5th week, not the total.
Oh, how much did you earn in total? Okay, so then you'd have to take the summations formula, and do the sum of the 5 weeks, which would be S5 equals, and then 5 over 2 times 240 plus, and in the 5th week, since you earned 680, it would be 240 plus 680. Then you add whatever is in the parentheses, so it'd be 240 plus 680, which is 1920, and then you multiply that by 2.5, since that's equivalent to 5 over 2, and you will get 2300.
Did you not do the last part?
I forgot to do that, but
You understand, right? Why
yeah, because how much did you earn in the first 5 weeks? Yeah, because it's
5
counting all
weeks?
the weeks before, yeah.
It's not 5th week. It's asking for how much did you earn in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Koshani, number 3.
So the sequence is just 125, 150, 175, and so on. And so there's a total of 7 terms. So to find the A of 7, I did 125 plus 6 times 25, which ends up being 275. And then to find the sum, or S of 7 equals 7 over 2 times 125 plus 275. which is just 7/2 times 400, which is 1,400.
Number 4, Samantha.
Okay, so the D is 80. So what I did was I solved for A6. So it's 130 plus 6 minus 1, so 5 times 80. And that's 130 plus 400. And that's 530. And then I put it into the summation formula. So it's 6 divided by 2 times 130 plus 530. So that's 3 times 660, which is 1,980 students.
Cool. Nika, number 5.
So it's so the first term would be 16, and then the second would be 48, and the third will be 80, and they're trying to figure out what is the sixth term. So the difference is 32, and then you would use the AN equals formula. So it would be AN equals 16 plus 6 minus 1 times 32. And then it would be 5 times 32, which is 176.
But he's asking for
Yeah, the
what?
total distance. So then it would be S S 6 equals 6 divided by 2, and then in parentheses oh yeah. So 3 times
this.
yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, Aiden, number 6.
For number 6, what I did was, so U1 equals 16, that's in the first minute. Oh wait, no, wait, wrong thing. U1 equals 300, U2 equals 420, and U3 equals 540. And the distance between these is 120, so D equals 120, and it's asking what is the distance in 5 minutes, which is the same thing as asking what is the sum of the first 5 terms. It was asking total distance, so I assumed it meant sum. This was something that I was confused upon, because what would could total distance also be like what the 5th term is?
No,
Or
fifth term
oh,
would be the distance traveled on that second or on that minute.
yeah. I just went ahead and calculated the sum anyways, but yeah, that makes sense, because now that I look at it again, I think it's like acceleration. But yeah, so what I did was I found the 5th term by doing U5 equals 300 plus 5 minus 1 times 120, which is equal to 300 plus 480, which is equal to 780. And then I plugged that into the summations formula, and I got the sum of the first 5 terms equals 2.5, or 5/2 times 300 plus 780. And when I calculated that, I got 2,700 feet.
Number 7, Roshani.
So this one isn't asking for a sum, so I just did like the first formula. So there's 5 terms basically. So A of 5 equals 30 plus 4 times 2 because 2 is the common difference. Or wait, no, it would be 4 because it's 4 on each side, right? Or is it 2 on each side? Or is it just 1 on each side?
It just says each row behind the first row gains 2 additional seats.
Okay,
it's
so it is
2.
2. Okay, so then 30 plus 8, which is 38.
Sure. Okay, Samantha.
Okay, so for the first part, it's really just like each letter, like A is 1, and then you just like make each letter like a number. So then for the first one, it would be the 10th stack because J is like the 10th letter. I don't really know how to use the formula for that one.
No, it's just very simple. What is it? How it is happening? What is the first term? 1. What is the common
Yeah.
difference? 1.
Yeah, you just add 1.
That's it.
So
Yeah, so 10th letter would be J, so it will be 10th row.
okay. And then for the next one, we know the last one. The last one would be 26 because there's 26 letters.
Very good. Very good.
So S26 equals 26 divided by 2. And then it's 1 plus 26.
6.
And then it's 13 times 27, which is 351 blocks.
Anika?
So, for this one, the first term would be 180, the second term would be 360, and the third term would be 540. And since it was a triangle which had 3 sides, and then the second term had 4, and then the fifth had the third one had 5. The one with 9 sides would be the seventh term.
Okay.
So you would put the formula in. So it would be AN equals 180 plus 7 minus 1 times 180, which would be 180 plus, sorry, 180 plus 1080.
Yep.
And then
So 180 plus 6 times 180, which is 7 times 180, which is 1260.
oh, okay. And then
That's it.
that's it.
That's it. That's good. I didn't.
So for number 10, what I did was I found out the 10th, or first I did U1 equals 5 because that's how much she trains in the first week. Then U2 equals 7 because that's how much she will train eventually if she adds 2 minutes, and therefore I said D equals 2. And using that information, I was able to find the 10th term by doing U10 equals 5 plus, in parentheses, 10 minus 1 times 2. And I found that U10 equals 5 plus 18, which is the same thing as 23. So U10 equals 23 minutes on that week. And then once I found that, I could plug it into the summations formula. And I said that in the total of all 10 weeks, S10 equals 5 times, in parentheses, 5 plus 23, and S10 equals 5 times 28, and then S10 equals 140 minutes.
Is that what you got? 23 and 140, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Option
So, you get paid $10 for the first week and an additional $10.50 for each week after. So for the first week, it's just $10 plus 10.50 times 4, because then there's 4 more weeks. So I just did 10 plus 10.50 plus 4. I didn't do the formula for this question because it was pretty simple.
It was pretty simple. But it's asking for total. Did you find the total of 5 weeks?
Yeah, so it would just be 10 plus 10.5 times 4, which is 10 plus 42, which is $52.
Yes, 5. How much did you say your answer was?
I got 52.
How did you get 52? What are your number? 10, 10, 50, 11, 11, 50, and 12, right? Oh, no. Add an additional 10.50 each week thereafter. I read it wrong. So the numbers are not 10.50. Did you understand that question?
Is it adding another
Yeah,
50
Yeah.
cents each week or $10
that's what
50 cents?
$10.50 if you be with.
Oh, so it
He'll
would
pay
be
you $10 in the first week and an additional 10.50 each week thereafter.
okay, so
So
it would be 10 and then 20, 50 and then 31,
41,
uh
then
41,
41.50,
50 and then 52.
52. These are the 5 terms.
Yeah, and then you can just add them or those. So 5/2 times 62, 155.
Yep. And number 12, Samantha. Samantha. It's not responding. Anika.
So it says your grandmother gives you $1,000 to start a college book fund. She tells you to add $200 to the fund each month. If you will add $5 each month, how many months will the college book fund have 5,715? So you start with 1,000 and basically you will add $205 each month. So that would be your difference.
So that's the second month.
Yeah. And then you're trying to find out what term would be 5,715. So you would use plus and then it would be 205. And then you'd bring the 1,000 to the other side, so then it'd be 4,715. And then you would divide by 205 on each side. So n minus 1 would equal to 23. And then you would add 1 on each side, so n equals 24. So it would take 24 months.
Okay, Eddie.
So for number 13, what I did was u1 equals 20, u2 equals 24, u3 equals 28. And based on this, we know that d equals 4, and the total number of terms is 30. And so to first find the sum of the first 30 terms in order to find the total number of seats, we need to find what the 30th term is. So I used the equation and I substituted. So I got 20 plus, in parentheses, 30 minus 1 times 4, which is the same thing as 20 plus 29 times 4, which is the same thing as 136. Because 29 times 4 is 116, and then plus 20 is 136. So u30 equals 136. And then after that, what I did was I plugged that into the summations formula, and I got the sum of the first 30 terms equals 15, or 30 over 2, times 20 plus 136, which is the first term, times the last term. Plus added to the last terms. And in all, that was just 15 times 156, which is the same thing as 2,340.
Shani, number 18.
I don't think I did this question. I did the next one, but
Okay.
I can
Do
try
you-
this one.
Try.
So logs are stacked in a pile with 24 logs on the bottom row and 15 on the top row. And there are 10 rows in all, with each row having one more log than the one above it. So that's one. And then would there be another sequence with like 24, 25, 26?
No, it says the bottom has 24 logs and the top has 15. So bottom has like this, 24 logs.
Oh, oh,
And the
that makes sense.
next one will have 23, next one will have 22, and so on,
Okay.
all the way to 15.
So to do this sum, you just do S of 10 equals 10 or 5 times 15 plus 24.
That's it.
195.
Okay, Samantha, number 15.
Yep. I was in the bathroom earlier, so that's why I
Oh.
didn't answer.
Okay, number 15.
So for number 15, it's 56 numbers. So I put S56 because it's going up 1. So 56 divided by 2, and then 1 and 56, which is 28 times 57, which is 1,596.
That's it. All right, everybody good with arithmetic sequence? Can you do some
Could you go
harder?
over 12 one more time?
What is one more time?
Could you go over number 12 one more time, please? I don't think I saw the answer.
Oh,
To double check if my answer was correct. Because I did something a little weird there.
so the rule was first month 1,000, second month you will have 1,205, third month
Oh.
you will have 1,410, and so on.
I think I overthink it because I said that U1 was 1,205, and then I said to myself that like 1,000 was the principal amount, and then in the first month that will begin the adding. But yeah, that makes sense.
So
I
the
think that's why
formula
I got
would
a weird
be,
answer.
so this would be 205 equal to 5715. So
Yeah, then it would become
205 equal to 4715. So n minus 1, I think, would be 23. I remember right. 4715 divided by 205. Yep, 23. So n is 24. So in 24 months, you will have 5715 in your account.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think, wait, what did I do for that? Oh, I tried finding the sum of some. I don't know
No,
why I
no,
did that. Yeah,
it's not some.
yeah,
It
yeah. I
says,
think I misread the question again. I keep doing that. I don't know why, but
yeah.
yeah.
Remember, you're not depositing 1205 in the second month. You're depositing only 200.
Oh, oh, wait, so the difference is, oh, okay, wait, yeah, so the difference is 205.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I guess another way to do it would be subtract 1000 from 570 divide by 2005. That will tell you how many months it will take.
Yeah, that would work too.
Which is basically the algebra formula did. All right, so I'm going to give you a little harder algebraic sequence question. Okay. These cover most of the type that we see, but there are some more difficult questions that might be a little more calculation oriented. Okay. So I'm going to go give you that this week, and then hopefully next week we can go to geometry sequence. All right, stay safe and talk to you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Bye.
You too. Bye.